Now, if you remember back in late 2015, I mentioned something that there was a petition on change.org to try and release a Dreamcast 2. Now, I reported the story, but a lot of people chose to distance themselves from Project Dream as it became known. There wasn't a lot of factual evidence to back up claims that they had meetings with Sega and that the proposals were actually being considered. Project now has been dropped, so Project Dream is officially dead, and to be fair, I think it was a losing battle straight away. But this was the Project Dream's Facebook page, and this is a message that they left. The project has been taken offline. This is due to a schism within the team caused by inefficient and amateurish conduct, resulting in members being removed and others leaving the team. In light of such unprofessional behaviour and an embarrassing lack of progress, seasoned members of the gaming industry have chosen to distance themselves from the project. I am stepping away from Project Dream. Please note the Twitter account at Project Dream DC is no longer associated with this group. So it looks like the idea of bringing out a Dreamcast 2 is now officially dead. But to be honest with you, I kind of thought it was a dead thing to begin with anyway. I'll give you a good idea. If you wanted to bring the Dreamcast, if you wanted to bring a modern console out that plays Dreamcast games or plays all Sega games, here's a good thing. I think a lot of you know what the Hyperkin Retron 5 is. It's basically a retro console that plays for 5 consoles, and I think they are the NES, the SNES, the Mega Drive, the Master System, and I also believe the Game Boy. Why don't you ask Hyperkin to see if they can release a Retron 5, but a Sega edition? In my opinion, that's a really good idea, where it plays Master System, Mega Drive, 32X, Game Gear, Mega CD, Sega Saturn, and Sega Dreamcast. Now that would be a good idea, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Sega fans out there that will try and revitalise the servers for games such as example as Phantasy Star Online, which, to be honest, because I knew Sega would be at E3 this year, I was absolutely begging for them to announce another Phantasy Star, because I fucking love that game. Sega don't have the money to release a Dreamcast 2. Do you understand how much that costs? Just for research and development, they would be spending tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. It costs an awful lot of money to do standard R&D for the console. Then obviously getting all the equipment to build the console, manufacture it, send it out to different retail outlets. It would cost a hell of a lot of money. Why do you think they pulled out of the hardware market 15 years ago? The original Dreamcast cost so much money, but Sega couldn't claw back the money from the costs that it did to produce it in the first place. That's why they don't do consoles no more. But I could seriously see Sega licensing their name out to a company like Hyperkin so they can release a Sega version of the Retron 5. Now that would be a really good idea. But to release a brand new console, yeah, I knew this wasn't going to happen right from the off. I'm not knocking the people who are trying. You guys are passionate, and I completely credit you for that, for at least trying. When you get some professionals in it, and I heard it was a lot of Sega fanboys being complete dicks. Now let me know if you were a part of Project Dream if you watch this video, because you got nothing better to do. Let me know in the comments below. But what would you think? Could you see, or would you just be happy with just sticking with an emulator and then playing the games off an emulator? But personally, if I saw a Retron 5 Sega edition, I would snap that up straight away. But what do you guys think? This is Jamesy Boy logging off. You guys take care.